I'm going to change anything there, just figure out the ideal spot to put this. And then I will cut my little pocket for this piece. So usually think somewhere in there looks nice. Kinda. So I'm just gonna put a light mark there. Then I can bring my square over and make that mark a little bit more permanent for my mortise. And now what I want to do is lay out this mortise. So I'm going to measure my wood, which is 2 and 1. It was supposed to be 2 1/8, and it's 2.1. Yeah, 2 1/8. So about 2.130. So, well, I first need to measure this. See how close I was. So that's 3 inches 70. I'll go with. Not per. It's wood, so you don't have to be inch. So I'm going to take 3.07. Again, those are hand. Again, you could do this with a ruler, do the math. It's easily doable. But okay, I'm going to take, and then I'm going to subtract what I get for this thickness. Again, I'm being way more careful than I need to be. Okay, the bottom is 2.115. 0.115. So 955. Now I want to make it center, so I will subtract that number. Or I'll divide that number by 2. So 477 from each side. So if I take my calipers, for my lines, I want to make it smaller. So I'm gonna go 485 because then I got my scribe mark. So now I'm gonna, you said there, that looks really good. I'm gonna do my second line. I'm gonna mark that with the board. Come in with the square and mark that. And now I have my mortise joint laid out. So the next step is to cut the mortise, which I'll bring this in a little closer. So I have my layout lines. So I'm going to take a nice, sharp, good quality chisel. I mean, you can do it with a cheaper one. But make sure your chisels are like razors. That makes them work so much better. I'm going to come in a little bit in front of my line. Tap down. Tap down. I'm going to work this edge. There we go. Cut that out. No. Or you're chiseling below, downwards, below that level. Or you splinter the wood out. Okay, now that I got that, I'm going to come down and tap these lines out again. And I'm going to do another chiseling again. So now I'm going to come through and incess my lines again. Now I'm gonna use something that's a kind of neat little rig. This is called a router plane. I'll need to have this above the vise. But this, you can kind of prop it up like this. I can work down. Work this joint to make sure it's flat. Oh. A little trick to get my depth is if I just put something there. Should tighten it up with a flat head. So I can work this like this, and that'll set, make sure it sits flat. essentially, once I know this isn't cutting, I know that this is all level, which will ensure my board sits up flat. Now the next thing I'm going to do, now I know the bottom's flat, is I'm actually going to see how it fits. And I need to take a hair off the edges. Oh, there we go, it fits. I might bring that a little deeper. Now that it fits, I want to make sure it sits in the corners flat. So I'm going to put relief in all 4 corners. And again, go over it with my router point, just make sure everything's good. But by putting that relief on the edges, I know it's going to sit flat. It's not going to have a piece in the corner that's propping it up one way or another. Okay, so that fits there and pretty good. That'll ensure easy location and will work out pretty good. So the next step, once you get your mortise cut, is I'm going to put an attractive radius around it to make it look pretty. Now, first, one thing you want to do is do it on a scrap piece of wood. To first make sure you don't cut in your mortise, or better yet, do this first. I did that. I like the depth. And now I'm going to work this around. Now I see the blades that way, so I want to feed in the edges to the blade like that, ideally, so it doesn't chip out. You'll see when I get there. But I want to carefully work that edge around. So as you see, I was careful. I didn't break out. I now have a nice, attractive routed edge.
Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe for more great content, and check out our Instagram page at @SquirrelTailShow.